What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Ladies, gentlemen, children, countrymen, lend me your motherfucking ears. I go by the name of Clifford Sykes, a.k.a. the Uptown Supervillain, a.k.a. Cousin Cliff talking shit, and I'm tapping in.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Chris Jones, a.k.a. Lord Kronos, a.k.a. Old Head Swag, Haji Moms, a.k.a. Bass in Your Face, and I am tapping in.
This is so great. What's going on, everybody? It's Brent Ryan, a.k.a. Hank McCoy, a.k.a. Stott Lomax, otherwise known as a Dapper Rapper.
Yeah.
Body snatcher.
The Dapper Rapper.
You know what I'm saying? We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 50. What's that in Spanish?
Bro, I went to summer school for Spanish.
Facts.
50, man.
Episodo 50 on you bitches.
50. Yeah.
In Quinta? What
50.
episode? 50?
Yeah, like cinco, but 50.
50.
Yes.
What this nigga just
Here,
said.
I call it as a half a man. That's what I call
There you go, half a man all day. For our Philly constituents, like a motherfucker.
Half a man?
Yeah, not a whole man.
Yeah.
Fuck
all that.
Bino boy.
Yeah.
We here, episode 50, Sandbox Productions, doing what we do best, which is going to be talking some shit. And yeah, we are being produced by your producer's favorite producer, Swaggy T, who looks
Swaggy T.
Hi. How you doing?
I need the hat.
Always Peep's hat matches the newbies.
Nah, I've been peeped.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't peep the footwear. So I'm like, damn, it's more cold.
It's more of a complimentary combination than matching, but we'll
damn, look at you, fashionista.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You peep them?
I got you, T. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We here. We're gonna jump right into it like we normally do. We're gonna go with the icebreaker. You want to do mental health?
Let's do icebreaker first, man.
We'll do the icebreaker. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Icebreaker for the day. And see, you can chime in too. I actually want to hear what yours would be. This is kind of cool. If you could live in any sitcom, which would it be and why? Yeah.
So
yeah.
Who's going first?
I'm gonna say you got it if you want.
All right, man. I put some thought into this.
Oh, shit.
And it's either gonna be Martin,
yeah,
or Cheers.
Right.
I'm going
as Boston.
Well, I mean, just because it's at a bar, dog.
Like
you just straight up be in a bar all day, every day. Like your whole life is literally in this one spot where everybody knows your name and you just be drinking.
I like the layup one.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, that sounds like a good time. You're in there with your homies, chilling, having a good time.
Do you get fucked up though? Are you getting fucked up in there every day?
I mean, did anybody ever look fucked up?
Right. Did anybody ever get drunk on Cheers?
I was just
thinking
what
I'm saying. So you just drink all day and you don't get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You get all the benefits without any of the detriments.
How about that? Yo, there's a mailman. He was just sitting there for fucking like
word.
12. What's his name? Norm was the fact. Yeah,
no, it was Cliff. Cliff was
it was. You're right.
How could you not know that?
Cliff.
You know what I'm saying? So you going Martin and you're going fucking
Cheers, bro. Yeah.
All right. I like the diversity with that one. Cheers is actually kind of dope because it's a bar setting. There is something about being in a bar and you know everybody. That's the shit.
Yeah, dog.
Definitely was a bar fly for a while.
Okay.
Definitely was a fucking bar fly. I don't know if I should be happy about that, but I was a bar fly.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Just,
you want to go next? Ready to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Spacing.
I'm not spacing. I'm there's no perfect sitcom, you know. Obviously the Huxtables, you know, comes to mind just because
that was my one A.
It's like
perfect.
It was like heaven when I was younger, like, you know, my daddy. But
are you my daddy?
And just all the family, and it's like, you know, I have a lot of kids, so it's like it feels similar, even though it's not at all. I'm not
your life is not scripted?
It is not scripted, no.
You don't have no secret sauce that makes everybody.
Although Noah does give me heavy Theo Huxtable vibes.
Yo, facts, bro, facts.
But I was thinking when I was spacing, I was thinking about how I would like it. I can't really go with this, you know what I mean, on the strength of my folks. But Friends is kind of what I really wanted.
I'm the only.
But I would need it to be like black friends, not the friends that we grew up watching.
Niggas.
So I think living single, but then I don't want all of the women. I don't want to live with all the women. I would like for it to be like a healthy combination of like Friends had a nice balance where they had like couples, but they also had friends that was just, and everybody loved each other. And yeah, that's the type of time that I would be like to have that polarity. That'd be real nice.
I can feel that.
I'm the only black person in the world that's never seen Friends.
And Cliff would definitely be Joey for sure.
Who the fuck is that? That's the dummy. That's the fucking idiot. That's fucked up.
He's
an
actor.
Right?
He gets all the pussy. I don't understand what the problem.
I mean, I appreciate that. That's a compliment. I appreciate that.
Damn, see,
you chose to take the dummy.
He looked like a dummy. That's the guy. I forgot his name. I never watched.
How you doing?
Hold on, Joey. That's the guy that was in all the movies. He was in Deep in Space.
He's
the
one that's like outside Jennifer Aniston that's really still like
holding on.
Noise,
He was in Lost in Space. He played.
That's him. That's him.
He played like the bodyguard that got kicked ass. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
He's in a lot of movies.
Friends. I've never watched Friends. I don't know why. What the fuck?
I had my moments with Friends with the reruns. Like I was like, okay, I get why people like this show. That and Seinfeld, I really understood why people loved it.
Right.
And when it was popular, I did not relate at all.
Nigga, how you not like you like Curb Your Enthusiasm? How you not like Seinfeld?
Because Curb Your Enthusiasm is super duper fucking negative. That's why. It's me. I'm Larry David.
Seinfeld's negative too. You gotta watch that shit.
Seinfeld's genius.
Yeah. It's a good show, man. Yes. I think you would like it.
Stale humor. I tried to watch it. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
So you took 2. You fucked me up with Martin because my thing was like Martin. I'm like, niggas ain't gonna pick no fucking Martin. Chris ain't gonna pick Martin. Yeah. I don't know. I thought you was gonna pick some other shit like Full House or some shit, nigga.
See,
Perfect Strangers.
And Martin, they had boundary issues in Martin.
Yeah, dog. They sure did.
Okay.
Like everybody was in his apartment. The apartment wasn't big enough for all that.
Our apartment was big as shit though.
No, it really
Those
wasn't.
Parties when you have the whatchamacalls, everybody had seats. That apartment was big as shit.
Not for me.
No, you just need space. I'm just worried about niggas just walking in my house in the window
other
trying to
shit.
get some sandwiches and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be my
a lot going on tomorrow.
I'm like, nah, or my man Jerome, because he's in the house, bro.
I like what you're doing.
I do want a Nipsey's though, like in my life.
Yo, that'd be tight.
Nipsey's in my life.
Nipsey. Yeah, Nipsey.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean like actually having a spot like where we all go. You know what I mean?
Well, we could, but they get shot in those fucking places.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go nowhere.
Get fucking smoked. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. You twisted my wrist a little bit that one because I was going to take Martin. My show off the rip will probably be Family Matters, just being with the Winslows.
Okay.
And then my second show, just for I guess to switch the pitch up, if I could live there, Chappelle Show.
Word?
Chappelle Show. If I could live in Chappelle Show, you fucking
not
right.
a sitcom.
It's
a sketch show.
It's a sketch show.
That's
okay,
fair.
thank you very much.
Taylor always keeping it real.
Keep the order.
Got Family Matters, and then how about this? I'm not doing the Parenthood with Robert Downson. I'm not doing that.
Nah,
not in your house. Oh, Cool J.
You seem like a Will and Grace guy.
I know about that show, and clearly I love that show too.
I love that show too. Not gonna lie.
Boom.
That's the one with my man that he was finessing because she had nowhere to stay. She stayed with him because
it was 2 gay guys, and
she was gay.
No, she was not gay.
No, he was gay, and she lived with him because
there were 2 gay guys. One guy was like a kind of a straight character,
right?
Pardon the expression, but, and then Grace was they were you looked at them like they should be together, but he was gay.
Right. Don't they want it together? Do they want it together?
I don't know what they want. I don't know. And then there was the other gay guy that was just hilarious.
I never watched Will and Grace either, but I knew the spectrum, the scope of the show. Yeah.
Right. I'm not sure you did.
I'm stuck with the I'm clearly episode 50 is going to be the fucking Cliff Brunt of the fucking jokes with Glizzies and all the other stuff, and I'm here for it. It's okay. It's all right.
Clown Cliff.
You know what I'm saying? Good, Still sexy out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Family Matters for me, man. Family Matters resonates the most because that was the shit I watched as a kid on original. No, that wasn't on original TGIF. That was the second edition of TGIF.
Word.
Or whatever. So for me, it's Family Matters. Just seeing a nuclear black family, the pop worked, the mom stayed home, the brothers, the love, the aunt, all that other shit. And yeah, Steve fucking Urkel.
She didn't work?
Icon. No, she didn't work. She stayed home. She stayed home with her grandma. The aunt worked. The aunt was a waitress.
Oh.
Aunt Rachel.
I never noticed that.
She was a waitress. She was always home chilling. Whenever somebody come home, she'd be in the kitchen making pie or doing some other shit. And I'm just like, damn, must be nice. but the pop was what? A sergeant or
He
something?
was a
Lieutenant?
cop. Yeah.
Yeah, he was lieutenant. So he made bank back in the 90s in
Now,
Chicago.
I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Is he the same character basically that was in Die Hard?
Die Hard?
Yeah,
I was about to
basically.
say probably
Exactly
yeah.
it was.
Whoever wrote that.
It's what was going on when the commercials.
Yeah, he was just out there working with my man John McClane.
Yeah.
But hold on, that's Chicago versus LA. The only difference is LA
That's
and
true.
Chicago. That's it. That's
Right.
the only difference.
He was
Well, he transferred, man. He transferred.
right
was
to
good.
Chicago.
He was good.
You know what I mean? Like he got some some excessive force shit, and he just transferred
It's
the
like
precincts and
Wasn't
shit.
it during Christmas or
It
something?
was doing Christmas.
Yeah,
Because that's why Die Hard's a
he was
Christmas
out there
movie.
getting some OT. So.
Now he was moved, man. He was like, "Fuck LA, I'm out." And then he went to Chicago. And
Married me some shit.
yeah, he
Wasn't
like,
he? Wasn't he? He came out as whatchamacallit too later on in his career. Nobody knew that.
Yeah, he was good.
was
Reginald
gay.
Bell Johnson?
Yeah, he was gay.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you see him talking, it's like he's gay. Okay. Wow.
Nah, he
That's just like Uncle Phil, man. Did you know he was gay?
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody said Fresh Prince, honestly.
I got into Fresh Prince late.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when I was
But
young.
I'm saying you just go like live in a lavish ass crib in Bel Air and just like have a butler and shit.
They touched on the issue.
Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv.
Yeah, and they
was
did touch on the
shit.
issues. That was a real show, bro.
And I couldn't fuck with Carlton as a kid. I wouldn't have fucked with Carlton as a kid.
That's your cousin, though, man. Everybody got that cousin. I mean, I guess I am that cousin for most people. So, shout out to my family.
I'm gonna put the turtles back. I am Carlton.
I mean, people used to call me Carlton all the time when I was a kid.
Word.
Yeah, bro. They'd be like, "Yo, you the whitest black dude I know." Because I bang rock music. Okay, that's cool.
Should have been DDT and the motherfuckers back in the
I
day.
mean, yo, dog, I was too big for that. I was just like, nah, I'm not about it. I'm just gonna handle my business. Go get good grades and get a good job, nigga. How you like that?
Got good grades and a good
Be
job.
successful. How about that?
Yeah.
My family's taken care of, bitches.
Who's laughing now, bitch?
That's white, and I'm Caucasian.
You know what I'm saying? Where you at, T? What you got for a TV show?
I'm also doing Friends. They basically lived a fake life, never had real jobs, and lived in amazing Manhattan apartments.
Right.
Really? They didn't have jobs?
Yo, that apartment was
it
big
really
as shit.
didn't. Like, one was an actor. It was like a lot of weird shit going on.
They're doing bullshit jobs.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
that?
In
If
New
they
York,
had
yeah.
to.
New York rent.
And they didn't live in a fucking closet. Yeah, that's definitely not real.
It's fantasy world, so I'll take that.
They also had boundary issues too.
That's good analysis.
I mean, that's you kind of
Great
have to
analysis.
in Hollywood, man.
What's that?
Boundary issues, like
I'm just saying, every show was like people just like busting your house. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the part I had to adjust to. Being
Well, I mean, now you got to write a real sitcom so people busting your house and start clapping at them.
I'm about to say you getting smoked. You want to see somebody crib now?
well, there's a hold on. So that's the part about being in a sitcom that I would like appreciate. Like I'm still waiting for like when I come home to hear applause. I don't like nobody cares at all when I come home.
You get a
Like, mommy. Oh, hey, daddy.
What's up?
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Did pay for all this.
You know, it's cool.
Did pay for all this. Food you're eating. I'll pay
It's
for
my
all
money.
this. All good.
That's all good.
I love you.
I ain't say that.
I'm sorry, just
love
call me JG Wentworth, baby.
You know what I'm saying? JG's.
It's
It's my money. Use it when I need it.
You know what I'm saying?
A little love and appreciation. Man.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, that,
I
shit,
digress.
that sounds a little hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a hard, beautiful life.
Yeah.
Beautiful struggle. All right. So that's where we are with that, with the icebreaker. That was yeah.
Yeah.
Friends definitely took the fucking lead on that one.
I mean, I
gotta watch
hate
Friends.
that. I hate that.
I gotta watch this shit now. Y'all watch that shit, huh?
Because we all know that. No, we were young. You all know that Friends stole their idea from Living Single.
From Living Single, for sure.
Well, I can kind of see that now.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know
like
that.
I hate that I like love that show, but I mean, it's a good show.
I never.
But you like Living Single too, so
Yeah.
right up
I
with
mean,
Single.
I like Living Single, but I couldn't. It's hard for me to relate, obviously, because I'm male.
We're
and,
men.
Right.
Men.
You know, like the
They
two
stink.
male characters that were consistent. I didn't relate to those guys at all. You know what I mean?
You mean you ain't Overton, son?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm not pretentious
not.
as Kyle, and I'm not as unassuming as Overton.
Okay. And not handy either.
I'm
Definitely not
handy. So we know Overton's out.
Your sister is the handy woman of the house for sure. She'll say it to me. I look at her, and then we just wait a long time, and then before I know it, she's fixing it.
It's getting big. It's getting
I'm
big.
saying, man, just pay people. This, you know.
Thank you, Russ Jones, for equal opportunity
Thanks, Bob.
teaching,
Yeah.
helping me out there.
It's hot in here, as per usual. It's really hot. It's really, really hot.
You just really
That's just
try.
your African blood, bro.
You like that?
It's just because I'm here.
I'm about to say, no doubt, no doubt. It's a lot of beefcake.
You get the
going on
vapors.
You know what I'm saying? The vapors. Dropping the shit. Marky reference out this
Word. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Swaggy T.
We're gonna slide this into the mental health part right now. As we do every week, it's just a part of the show. You tapping in where you are, how you feeling, what's going on. If you feel like sharing, if you don't, it's all good. I guess I'll lead this one off. The mental health part. Mental health was I'm actually in a way better headspace. All right, be transparent. I got a call coming home from work today. My grandma got rushed to the hospital. And nobody's been able to call me back since. So I know my dad's there, my mom's there, so I don't really know what the fuck is going on. But dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and then something else. I forgot what else she has, but she's 92. So it's like, it's only so much I can think about. Also, I want to say rest in peace to my homeboy Lucky. I work with him at Best Buy, and he committed suicide.
Damn.
He's 38, 39, has like 7 kids, good father, loves his kids, everything like that. But he committed suicide. When I found out how he committed it, it's like, nah, that don't sound like he would do something like that. A lot of conversation with that dude. Really, really good dude. Nobody's perfect in any way, but had a lot of conversations with him. He shared some private things with me, and a really, really dope dude. And some kids are going to be without a really, really dynamic father. So, with that being said, check on your folks, because everyone says the same thing when they said they talked to him recently. He was upbeat. He's about to have a cooking show. He had a lot of stuff going the fuck on, and then all of a sudden, he decided to off himself. So just check on your folk, man, because you don't know what the fuck people are going through, what the fuck's in their minds. I'm still a little fucked up by this one, but it's life. It's not a lot you can do about it besides just acknowledge it, work through it, and move forward. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not really in the best space. I just can't control what's going on. So for me, I've learned because of this man right here, if I can't control the outcome, I can't really put too much into it. I have to kind of go with it. And then when it's time, when it presents itself to me, then I have to deal. But for right now, I'm just kind of up a little bit. I would normally go run to a bar and go drink. I would jump in a bottle. Like real shit. You laughing? That's real shit though, dog. Why you laughing at me, bitch?
I know you would.
I would jump right the fuck in the bottle, dog. Like the moment they tell me my grandmom or something's going on, I'll be at the spot. Straight up. Just recluse, lights off, just drinking that shit. Like fuck work. I'll get there, I'll figure it out. But that's life, man. C'est la vie, baby. C'est la vie.
Hey. Well, firstly, man, I want to say sorry for your loss, bro, because that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Especially people he was close with in a younger age and whatnot. Like, that's tough to deal with, bro. So, just feeling for you right there, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Wish you were here.
I wish I was there too, yo. I'm still dealing with this bullshit ass sickness. I'm not trying to get anybody else sick because this shit's hanging on. So
sniffing the buttholes does that, Chris. It's not a good
man.
Look.
It ain't butthole sniffing. I can tell you that much.
You sniffing something, nigga.
That improves your immune system. Apparently. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to give you nice beards too, and my shit ain't growing. So
clearly, you need to eat more butt, sir.
I mean, apparently I do. So yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to jump all in. Brent, you want to go? All right. Well, I'm just this week's been a little, rough, just down in the dumps because I'm not feeling well. I'm kind of pissed off. I just want to be back to my normal jovial self. I still sound like shit. I'm sniffling and coughing and carrying on and not want to deal with it. So it's just kind of put me in a little bit of a down space this week. This is definitely helping, being able to come on, talk with my boys, and vent a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just get a little bit of that release in a good way. And but that's the thing too, is like you were talking about, like you never know what people are dealing with, and like people seem a certain way or like put on a certain air out when you're doing stuff, and like you don't really know what's up. So this is definitely like a good space to just come and kind of talk about that, man, because just you never know what people are dealing with, and it's always good to kind of get it off your chest and let people know. And like I said, it was a little bit of a rough week this week, but I'm glad I'm here today, man. Get to do this, and it's definitely looking up.
No doubt.
Nice.
As Kieran, as your Liz lets everyone know what you were dealing with. Fucking germ carrier.
Hey, man, it's I feel like the fucking bubonic plague, like the rats and shit, just carrying it around, giving it to everybody.
Great shit.
Yeah, man. It ran through my household, something vicious. I was telling y'all earlier, I went out riding on Monday on my bike, and like I couldn't even finish the ride because I couldn't breathe. Like it's like attacked like kind of my respiratory situation, which feels very COVID-y, but I tested negative for COVID.
Very Ronish.
Me too, and that's all John.
Very Ronish.
So I was like, I just kind of like, I normally don't stay too still, but I've been just like working and sleeping and working and sleeping. And I went and worked out on Sunday, which was like maybe 6 days or so after I worked out last. And Nell was like really coming at me, like I'm like, yo, I can't barely breathe, bro. Like,
oof.
Like, you know what I mean? But I'm out here, whatever. You know what I mean? So I mean, but as far as my mental health is concerned, it's actually pretty good. I mean, I obviously carry a lot often, so it's just kind of my status quo. So I won't get into, like a deep dive into that because that's just my status quo as it is right now. And I've embraced it. I've accepted it. It is what it is. But on a brighter note for me and most educators around this time of the year, everybody is feeling very upbeat, just for the record. If you need to borrow some money from an educator or you need a favor from an educator, now's the time to tap in because they feel like they got a new lease on life because they're a week from having the freedom they desire and being free of, most of the kids have already tapped out. They're not even coming, and so it's a good space for them to be in, and I share that. So I'm looking forward to daddy camp and just being able to like work out in the morning without having restrictions, and get things in order that I've been meaning to get in order, and to finish projects that I've started, and all the things that I do as a super productive person that I am.
Word. See, look at that. What's that look for though?
Sarcasm there, buddy.
I mean, I'm not entirely productive, but I play the part.
I mean, you do pretty good for yourself.
I'm gonna say
I play the part.
Pretty productive guy. Very productive guy. Shit.
So that's me. Yeah, so I'm good. Yeah, but thanks for asking.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tay, how you feeling? You feeling good? Yeah,
I'm good. Just staying busy.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Sweet and to the point, man.
That's him, Swaggy T, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm saying? Love it.
You know what I'm saying? The shit for me with that is like I saw this quote from Code, rest in peace, Bean. It was something about live your life and always be a kid. Not so much as like being immature and having like the naivety, willing to be naive, but take things on as a child. You're always asking questions. You're always trying to be more inquisitive about certain things. So whenever something presents itself, ask, try to figure it out. Don't quit. Don't get beside yourself. It's a process, understand it, but take it from a child's standpoint. I forgot what it was. I'm going to try to get the audio for it and put that on the page or give it to T. We'll play it. But it was some real dope shit that Kobe said. And it's crazy just how much, like, you go back and you watch his interviews, you watch his clips, and you see some of the stuff he was saying. It's just so,
greatness, man.
Yeah,
great man.
Just literally a great fucking dude that I wish was still here because I would just love to hear him talk. I would love to hear him talk right now. And I would love to have seen his daughter, get where she was at. But that's where I'm at. Always be a kid.
I mean, you said the part, like, not the part about the naivety and all that, but I think that's also true. I mean, like, I think our greatest teachers are children.
Right.
Obviously, I'm around them all day long, but I really have, like, taken the lead from my children and children I'm around in terms of how I live. A lot of people probably would think opposite because of all the things I manage, but every moment I get, I'm trying to have some fun. You know what I mean? And I mean, not like the fun that adults deem fun, because that's usually like self-destructive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I mean, like, where can we have like some like good, clean fun, like
how it was,
and just like finding fun in the simple things and being able to just, you know what I mean? Like I sat around a day and we had a drawing contest. I'm a math teacher, you know what I'm saying? But I put my grades in already, so we just hanging out at this point.
Right.
And they're like, well, who can draw this the most, or who can do this? And I'm just like, all right, it seems juvenile, but it's keeping their attention. And I'm actually not a bad artist, so whatever.
Right.
And we just did that for 45 minutes.
That shit flew.
And I'm just like, I get paid to do this. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's the whole job, man. Like you put it like perfectly. It's not necessarily, it's not being naive. It's just holding on to that childlike whimsy.
Yeah.
In like regular everyday situations. And finding the joys in the things that you think are mundane. And like, because when you was a kid, bro, like you sit there and play in a cardboard box and think that shit's like Knight Rider, you know what I'm saying? Like a spaceship, doing all these things with your imagination, but it's just like enjoying the time that you have just to be existing. You know what I'm saying?
So it's to the point you're making. I'm watching my kid. Electronics is killing that.
Yeah, it really is.
Because like I can remember like being fascinated with like how to catch something. Yeah. Like you just like sit there with a ball and you just throw it. I still do it, honestly. And then like I do like repetition things with my kids, and they're like, "Can we go back inside now?" I was in the middle of a Roblox situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
right,
bro, you're missing it. Like this is
it.
The time where you just can just perfect things and just like figure out what you are and who you are. And like, it doesn't always need to have me standing over you. Now, maybe he is doing that or they are doing that. I'm just not seeing it. But for me, I feel like they don't do the things that we used to do when we didn't have distractions. Nintendo also became that for me and killed a lot of my
youthful experiences.
Yeah, because like I know once I learned about Nintendo, I was just like, okay, I'm not coming outside there for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom like, did you eat? Did you pee? Did you poop? I'm like, no, and no. And I'm not doing that. I'm on level 7 and I'm almost beat this joint. Like,
I can't turn it off.
No memory cards.
There's no memory card. All I can do is pause this thing and that's it.
And turn the TV off.
And then I risk somebody walking by and
tapping that button.
You know what I mean? And it's over.
Yeah, you young sons of bitches, y'all got it good. Y'all got it real good.
I don't know. It's all relative, obviously. I mean, I'm new to my kids are younger, so I'm like, maybe they'll be their own versions of whatever they're supposed to be. But I was like, hey, go throw a ball around or go, I don't know, learn how to do a backflip or something. I don't know.
Remember that shit? Yeah. How about that? You would just go and do backflips in the park.
Like go race.
Yeah. Go break some shit. Go be a boy. Get dirty. You know what I mean? Be a girl.
Yeah, nobody, I mean, it's different times, man.
I'm like, yo, go outside. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
Like, go outside.
You couldn't keep me in the house. I'm allowed to go out. Peace out.
Yeah.
Pew.
It was punishment to keep your ass inside.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now with electronics and all the comforts and all that, you know what I mean?
It's punishment to go outside.
Central air. I was so happy my central air broke that one time.
For real?
I was so happy, bro. Nothing wrong with central air?
No
doubt.
I didn't either.
No doubt. Sit still.
One bathroom.
Yeah.
5 people, 1 bathroom. I didn't grow up fucked up. I'm just saying. Like, that was normal. 1 bathroom, no central air. You got 1 AC. You better get close to it.
The AC in the living room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit hit. That shit hit, bro.
I come home, everybody tripping out. The air is not working. The air is. I'm like, yo, all right, stay still.
Just sit the fuck still. Yo, that's what we did when we were kids. Our parents would take your shirt off, fucking sit still and just chill. Stop moving. You hot? Stop.
Everybody looking at me like I got an issue. Like I'm like, I'm not rushing to spend $1,800 to fix the AC. I'm sorry. It ain't even that hot. It's like
y'all don't even know what hot is.
It's like 78 degrees right now.
It's hot.
Nah, man. Honestly, bro, the heat nowadays hits different, bro.
It's not different. You just older, bro.
Well, that's that. That it hit different. I'm just saying, it's true.
That's real shit.
The heat changed, man. These rays is different. I felt
like the pop from everybody hates Chris.
Everybody
was looking at it like I was saying something wrong. I'm like, yo, it's not that big of a deal. It's not even hot yet.
It's hot, Dad. God.
I'm like, the heat still work, right? All right, we can make it through winter. We can stretch this thing out for a good 8 months.
Shit. That's real shit.
Still is so good.
That's real shit. I guess that might be some black shit, yo. It might be some black shit. Sit still. Everybody said that shit. Stop fucking moving. Like, you hot? Stop moving. And you look at your parents like, but you're moving. How come
I ain't complaining? I don't know what complaining about
right. But I'm breathing. I can't not move, man.
Shit. Yeah. I just put 16 hours in this fucking heat, and I come home. It's chill.
Right.
It's super chill. Relax.
But I know your pop was like, one trying to hear that.
Hell yeah.
He outside the sun. Yeah.
Yo.
I know he tried.
Not even trying to keep this joint going because this is actually funny as convo. I grew up. There was 1 air conditioner in the crib.
That's it.
They didn't turn the air on until it got
fans.
hot. Yeah, fans, mad fans, 1 joint.
AC going, fans moving the cool air throughout.
That's it.
Don't get started on a bowl of ice.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro,
I remember them days. That's real shit.
I remember like when I was a kid, because we didn't have central hair in the house until like I was like probably about 12.
Yeah.
So we would like everybody would pull mattresses from the bedroom to the living room.
Come on.
Right? So everybody would bring the bed downstairs, and we open all the windows and put fans in the windows, and then sleep with a bowl of ice with the fans.
Crosswinds.
Yep.
Yeah. And then but like trying to
get your pop with the scientific analysis.
Yeah, man. Chemistry, chemistry background. He was in there.
That sounds like a real Rusty Jones thing to do.
It was. I mean, it worked. It was still hot as shit though, but we dealt with it.
Man, that shit was dope times though. You can say whatever you want. Those are dope ass times because you laugh, you joke. It was simple. It was simpler times.
Made us into the men we are today.
The appliances back then was even different. Like the AC that was in my living room growing up just got thrown out. I'm 40 years old.
The John Wee's kids?
It just stopped working.
Yeah, dog.
All bullshit.
All bullshit aside. Now listen.
It makes shit to last.
I bought a Maytag, and I'm putting you on blast, Maytag. I bought a Maytag washer and dryer set with the digital control panel.
Yeah.
Had it for like a year. I don't know how many years.
That shit broke straight out the box.
No, I didn't break out the box. Like, I just had to replace a panel that costs as much as the damn washer.
That's usually what it is.
I'm like, he's like, you must buy a new one. No, you might as well buy a new one.
How about that? Warranty, man.
Warranty expired on that, John.
They do that shit on purpose, though, man.
I'm about to get the warranty for everything. Like, the whole crib, I guess.
Yeah, because that's what they get
more
you.
Money.
More money.
It's actually a term. It's called selective obsolescence. I just
run that back.
Selective obsolescence. They build shit to fail after a certain period of time. Mm-hmm. So you have to spend money to get whatever new or like replacement parts for it. Like they don't build shit to last like they used to.
Yeah. Well, there's minimal parts.
I thought it was just called the iPhone, but
I mean, it's the same. It's the same fucking thing. Like Apple does that shit on purpose, so they make you go get new shit every year.
Yeah. So. There was a civil suit for that. Remember?
Yeah.
With the either you did the update or you kept your phone, it would force it to fucking like
that's like
obsolete.
They always like they stop upgrading to a point and they make you go out and buy new shit.
You gotta buy a new one. There was a civil suit.
It's ridiculous.
Man. Okay, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Moving around a little bit, getting some youth and shit going. I think it's a pretty good segue into like the next topic as far as like the overall we're dealing with like youth and a little bit of confusion and chaos or whatever. How about this? I'm so fucking bogged down off of like just what happens here in the area of Philadelphia. I don't even like take it in. I woke up, I forgot what day it was. My homegirl in Tampa, Florida. I got a text thread. She texted me like 7 times. Like, hey, are you okay? Was anybody affected? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like half sober. Like, I'm like, and she's like, there was a mass shooting. I'm like, mass shooting? Oh, you talking about the shit in South Street? But that's how fucked up it is. But the world and the other cities or other states, it's a mass fucking shooting because more than 5 people were shot.
Yeah.
More than 5 people were shot. I swear to God. Shout out to my homegirl Yandy down in fucking Tampa. Asked me, was anybody affected by what the fuck happened over the weekend in South Street? What the fuck's going on? What are we doing? What's going on in Philadelphia? Is it Philly? Is it anywhere with us?
It's the world, bro.
What the fuck?
People just wilding out everywhere, man. Like nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's just, and the weather getting hot. Everybody just want to like wild out and do crazy shit. Mm-hmm. And then, like nobody want to fight anymore. Everybody got to carry a burner and be the man and shit. Like nobody wants to throw hands anymore. And everybody got
that's that. Can I say, all right, I'm going to say this. Motherfuckers should be like, no, you sound like an old ass troglodyte or old fucking man. This fucking music. This drill music, this shit that's out that these kids are pumping. It's like, I can never get onto it because it just didn't make sense. It was never on beat. I didn't like the production. And then now all of a sudden, the shit that they were rapping about, like in Chicago years ago, was real. You got dudes 15, 16, Rondo number 9. He killed like 20 people. He's doing like life. People forgot about him, like the OG guys, Fredo Santana, Chief Keef, Rondo, and all these dudes were really, really doing this shit they were talking about in their fucking raps. And somehow, some way that is crossed into Philadelphia culture. I'm not around the kids. You are with the kids. But for me, I just always remember for us, when we go out of town, when we step in anywhere outside of Philadelphia, yo, where you from? We from Philly. Oh, how'd you know? The beards, polo, Timbs, and the way we dressed. We pushed it together and we got respected. Now all of a sudden we are taking other cultures and indoctrinating it into our fucking city. And I'm trying to understand how that became fucking cool. When the fuck did people from
the
56 and 52nd make it?
Yeah, dog.
That shit don't make any sense to me.
It's the internet, bro. And I mean, like, it's this. I mean, this is for me, a deeper issue, and it's a rabbit hole that I can go down. And I'll try not to for the sake of time. But for the first thing you have to understand is that, like, there is no more mystique about anybody's culture.
Okay.
Everybody's culture is for show.
Okay.
So, like, when we would travel as younger men and people would recognize we were from Philly, is because it was a rarity to see somebody who carried it like we carried it.
Facts.
Now somebody can be online, follow a bull from Philly, and be like, I'm gonna start rocking my hat this way,
like that. Facts.
Wearing my clothes this way, or doing all that stuff. So there is no more. As much as the internet has brought us together, it also has brought us together.
It's divisive as well.
I don't know if it's divisive, but it's just brought us together. So it's like, as far as this segregation that existed naturally before, just due to the lack of access, that doesn't exist anymore. If you have kids who are growing up in similar environments as Chicagoans,
okay,
then they're going to embrace that culture.
I see what you're doing.
I'm poor too.
Yeah.
I got enemies too.
Yeah.
We got gangs here as well, which they do.
They got gangs. Yeah.
But we got gangs here as well.
Oh yeah, dog. They're everywhere.
I know they got gangs, but
these young boys have gangs, man. They got
gang,
real
all
gangs,
that weird shit.
Stuff. And it's like, I'm with a group of young boys that's good, that I'm mentoring, whatever. And I'm like, I'm like, let's take a picture. We take a picture. Like, oh, yo, don't throw no gang signs up. I'm like, where am I? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's fucked up.
I thought that was you just throw gang. Like, I mean, I don't know.
No,
like,
it's real shit.
But they got real like sets that they claim or whatever. The young boy who you know what I mean? I'll name nameless, but he just got caught with a ghost gun and had to be removed from the.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he trying to protect himself, which that's the culture.
He got to get the fuck home.
Or you know what I mean? That's the culture. So it's like, it's and it's really what I say. Like, one of the books that I always suggest that everybody reads. I shared it with you, Ta-Nehisi Coates. And I can't. The title escapes me right now.
I'm supposed to be the Epigee book or whatever. I forgot.
No, the Ta-Nehisi Coates, but it's basically, he talks about black bodies and how from slavery our bodies aren't valued. It's along the lines of Black Lives Matter, but it's just specifically about the young lives and black bodies and how we're seen as disposable, whether it be through sports or whatever.
Between the World and Me.
Yes, thank you. Between the World and Me.
Swaggy too.
And so, you know, it's a great book. I recommend everybody reads it, honestly, no matter what your race, you know, culture, creed, or whatever it is. But you can't really begin to respect life until you feel respected. And that comes from yourself, and then that comes from obviously the world, culture. But it's to start at home. Mm-hmm. And you touched on it briefly when you said, like, there's an absence of fathers and all of those things. And that's also true.
It's fucked up, but it is, dude.
But it comes from, it's not just coming from one thing. I did post what you shared with me about the drill music.
Yeah.
Because I thought that I just love to see a young person of the culture articulate himself in that way. And I thought it was powerful to even have to start the conversation. Whether I agree with him 100%.
Shout out to Molly 215.
It's not even a point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's bringing up the issue of, like, yo, be careful what you
put out in the universe.
What you put out in the universe and what you consume as young people. And so the issue, I've been losing students on average.
The fact that
to gun violence on average, I've been teaching for 13, 14 years or whatever. I lose at least 2 to 3 students a year to gun violence.
Are you serious?
We never really talked about that.
And whether I know them directly or not, they were a part of my community, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I have several that I've taught. I have a young lady who always sticks out to me that was just a bystander that was shot just watching the fight, and somebody put a gun out and she died.
I remember that.
And it's just like, it's been going on forever, and we just keep going on forever. So it's like, it's funny because when you see the shootings that happened at the supermarket and I think it's Uvalde, or how you say that? Uvalde, thank you. Texas. You know, and then you hear, like, the Steve Kerrs and the senators, and they have their moments. It's like, that's been happening on a very small level in the inner city. You know what I mean? I'm saying small level, but not on a national level.
Yeah, it's more constant or more frequent.
It happens all the time. And, like, me and my colleague who I'm close with, we've cried about it as grown black men. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, it's nothing we can do. You're going to, every year you're going to lose a few. You know what I mean? And it's like, one of the kids who was shot
on South Street.
Down South Street is a graduate of my local high school in 2020. You know what I mean? He was down there celebrating his birthday. He wasn't doing nothing wrong. And he just caught one going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, you can't, that's a place where you just go get a slice of pizza and celebrate the culture of Philadelphia. It's not,
you never thought about that shit as kids.
I did.
Never.
I never thought about no gunshots down there ever.
Not down South Street.
Not down there.
When we was kids, I never thought of no gunshots down there. The worst we see is fights. We just see the fights, and it'll be like a straight fight. That should be over.
Yeah, I mean, it's different times.
That shit crazy.
Then there's a whole nother impact about with COVID and all of the
I was going to go there too.
All of the relief of COVID and how it's been dumped into the inner city.
Talk about it.
And you want to see that money, those loans, and all of the checks that were given in advance for children, for taxes, and all of the relief that was put into the inner city. And it's like, if I was halfway in the streets selling drugs, or halfway in the streets being a shooter, or halfway in the streets being a scammer, and you just gave me all these resources, I'm going to double down on that.
Yeah, it's a lit.
Then simultaneously, shout out to Kimba and all other officers in Philadelphia, right? They put restrictions on police officers to enforce, the law because of COVID. You don't want to have overpopulating of
people, things like that.
And so, I'm not a heavy conspiracy theory boy, but it smells like, what I mean?
Some shit.
Natural order type situation, a little sprinkle of natural order. Like, let me just feed the animals, so to speak.
Don't feed the animals.
You know what I mean? And so it's you live in this world, and you just I always say to you, like, you just got to have kind of tunnel vision about who you can impact, and continue to do your part to counteract the bullshit. You know what I mean? And so like, I'm raising mine. I mentor who I can mentor. I have, I speak to who I can speak to. I walk a certain way. I carry myself a certain way. And as long as I'm doing those things, I can't get too high or too low. It sucks because you do become kind of desensitized to the violence. I definitely am.
Yeah.
And I definitely am desensitized to it until it starts to get closer to home. Like when it hits the kids, I'm like, all right, like this, I'm feeling a little out of sorts here. And then even in that's fleeting. I had my moment that's like, what can I do? But what I've been doing, you know what I mean? So
carry on. Yeah.
That's a touchy one because there's so many variables with this. Like you just said, he hit on it with the resources. I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying this is like episode 12 or 13. Like, this summer is going to be a fucking wild summer. It's going to be a bunch of broke, angry motherfuckers.
It's already been that way.
But no, it's worse now because there's no money. All the money's going. Niggas had money.
Well, that's why the recession is coming.
Well, of course, that drove everything up.
No, I'm saying, like, when this recession comes, it's going.
We're already in a recession.
It's gonna get worse, man.
I don't believe that. I believe that the recession is to restore order. So I don't believe that recessions just happen naturally. I mean,
no.
I think it's
it's planned,
and it's it'll be a new order.
It's a balance. Yeah, bring a balance to the force.
But shoot, you was talking about the COVID relief. It's like you had it on the nail on the head, bro.
Niggas have money. Like, yo, I hate to say it. Forgive me for talking like this, but fuck it. Niggas have money.
Gucci store
niggas
crazy.
Yo, shout out to Chad, had him on. We talked about it. If you went on anybody's live that thought they were somebody, they were somewhere getting designer. They were fucking cashing out a stack 48. Niggas had money and niggas was happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I seen a whole gang of Chargers, like
scat packs everywhere, Hellcats everywhere. You couldn't find one of them fucking things.
Okay,
but now those same individuals, they said it best. Shout out to TRPA. Niggas got Rockefeller startup money and didn't start Rockefeller.
How about it?
Shout out. It's the craziest line he said. Matt said that shit.
Not everybody.
Oh yeah,
but the
majority.
The majority. Because I got a lot of youngins that actually took advantage of that and doing their thing. Shout out to Mortal Vision, CJ Wolf. Shout out to Shanks Cuts. There's a lot of young bulls who really took that and did some things with it and
took that to the house. Like
it's a couple like I just heard about. I think it's called Amina's. It's a black owned woman-owned restaurant, I believe downtown.
Oh yeah. I saw that. But I did see that.
You know, all those things. I don't know where she got her from.
She's an old city too.
But I would imagine that, you know, she took advantage of some of the business loans, things like that. And it's like, shoot, I know I took advantage, and I ain't an idiot. So,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? My family's a little better as a result. You know what I mean? So it's not everybody. What's loud is what you the ignorance is usually loud.
Facts.
And you know, so I wouldn't say there's always the other side that's not as loud, doesn't make the news, or you don't have access to. So it's, you know what I mean? It's but it is tough to see
that.
But it's always been like this, man. It's always
has it?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. It runs in waves, man.
I don't remember it like that, dog. Maybe I'm just pie in the sky with that shit.
Nah, because you remember like the peace in the streets movements from back in the like late 80s and shit, right? Because they used to have all the commercials on Power 99 all the time.
Yeah, Power 99. I remember it.
And there's always gonna be some form of violence, whether it's self-inflicted or we talking about the bomb, you know, in 19, you know what I mean?
Yeah, move
situation, like whether it's the government doing it, whether it's the police and killing black people, you know, humans are destructive.
Shout out to Ramona Africa. Your homegirl stole my book. I'm still pissed about that.
Who? Fatima?
Yeah, she stole my fucking Asada Shakur book I had signed from Ramona Africa.
You might have Fatima went on to become like a politician, and now she's like,
yeah, you're welcome.
Education.
You're welcome.
So you played your part, man.
You know what I'm saying? Kept her in line.
See, look at that.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
You paid it forward, bro. You paid it forward.
You know what I'm saying? It's Marley said it best on the thing. We got to start doing more and holding ourselves accountable with these youngins. Like it's not just the drill music, but if you notice a youngin that's just starting to teeter out of place or get into other shit, you gotta hold them accountable. I think that's the difference too. When we were younger,
that's true.
Old heads were old heads.
You gotta talk to them.
Youngin, what you doing? No, go that way. Do this. We're not doing all that.
That's why I refer to every student or kid. I call them young. I let them know, like, yo, you young.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that in a degrading way, but I want you to understand that I have something to offer you.
We're okay. See, we're all right. I don't even know if we're going to get into other genres because this is a super duper deep fucking topic, and fuck all that. This is the right people to talk about this shit.
Hell yeah.
In my opinion, you let me know if I'm off with this. We are the only culture when you deal with hip hop, when anything that deals with our culture, we're the only group of people that shit on older people. It's whack to be old. You're a whack rap. You're an old rapper. Fuck out.
Nah.
Oh, bro. No.
Nah.
No. Hear me with this. Hear me. When you think about hip hop,
and that's changed. I know you're going with it. With
all right, you think about. So with hip hop, you hear all these young motherfuckers. Oh, you old. Fuck out of here, old head. Yo, that old motherfucker signed that bad deal. That old motherfucker took the shitty He took the shitty deal for you to get your deal. So without me paving the way, you wouldn't have that. So to your point, I can offer you more insight than you think. Also, too, when we were youngins, we would call old heads OG. We did as a term of respect or a term of endearment. Now, young boys I get called OG all the time by niggas in their 30s. I'm like, fam, like we the same age basically. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? But for our culture,
no, he's saying he's a grown ass man. Like you're both grown ass man.
I take that negatively, but that's me. That's just me, right? But us, we're not giving our flowers to the older people. There's so many jewels that anybody 50 and older. I just had a conversation with my neighbor about something. I parked totally sidebar. Forgive me, guys. I parked in front of my fucking crib because there's no parking, right? Park in front of my crib. I come out to go to work at 5 something in the morning. I got a fucking ticket. On the ticket at the bottom, it said, neighbor called police for the ticket. So I'm a smart dude. So I'm like, okay, I know who it was. It's the block captain or the two busybodies that are on the block. Come back from work. It's a dude. He does all this stuff around like an old head. Go right to him and say, hey, question. Would you happen to know who called the police this and the third about this, the PPA? We started having a conversation about like actually affecting everything. He said that the parking has been an issue on this block for years and that the younger people that are younger than me are volatile. They don't respect old people. I have a lot of older people live on my block because my block is so fucking quiet. Yeah. They have a problem hearing shit from old people. But when I started talking to them, I'm like, look, how can I be a part of the fucking solution here? Yeah. I understand, but if you have to look at this from a macro standpoint, whoever called the police, you just might have fucked the family up. If that person had other tickets, if they had shit going on and that car gets booted, now you're affecting somebody's household. Somebody can't go to work. Kids can't make it to the baby mother's house, the baby father's house. There's a lot of shit that you just did. And through the end of the conversation, he's like, I called the cops. That's my bad. I'll pay the ticket. This and the third. So I knew you did it, but it's fine. I also want to be a part of the solution.
Right.
And he was saying, you're the first person that's a younger guy that I can have a conversation with. And the more and more I talk with older people, it's always the same thing. With anybody that's older than me, they're more taken back by the fact that I'm open or receptive to talking with them and also learning. I want to learn from older people. An older black person, you've seen shit and done shit I can't even fathom. Right. But we're the only culture. If you look at, forgive me, you look at like white people, you look at the Jews, you look at Asians, they will go talk to their elders. Asians specifically, they're elders. I will go talk to my grandfather. Pop, what's up? The Jews, Biba, I don't call them, yo, put me on some Jews. We don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a surface issue. You're
no
right,
doubt,
though.
No doubt.
And I think that in those other cultures that you were referencing,
they're revered.
Well, yes. And the reason why is because there is a nucleus that exists in the culture that has that they've overcome what they've needed to overcome in order to, and they preserved their culture.
Yeah, culture.
For us, there's a divide. Like even in the way that you're talking about young people now, I know it's not intentional, but there's an idea that like that young person is not you.
Right.
And like that older person is not you. But we're all one family, we're all one culture. And so like when that person is looking at you and me and not seeing themselves, which is what happens.
Yeah.
Because of whatever. Oh, he don't have these sneaks on, or he don't do this, or you're not
stepping on shit.
He don't talk this way, or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's like, why am I listening to you again? I don't aspire to be like you. You know what I'm saying? You don't represent me. And hey, you definitely don't represent me. You a bum. I'm trying to get money. Even though they don't understand, like, he paid his house off and he is living a comfortable life.
Right.
And so because of the disjointedness that exists, right? So this is like one of the things that like I try to do is like put us all in the same room and then let's find our commonalities. Because I don't know what you're facing as a young man.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Some of your students
I don't know what you're facing,
shit.
Yeah. But let's talk about our commonalities.
Well, that's to your point too, Brent. It's also like you were saying, because of like internet culture and things being so easily accessible and like being able, like we don't think about, where like history was passed down from older generations, back in the day. Like we would listen to our grandparents tell us because we didn't have the internet to go and look that up and find out what was going on back then.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have, like, we heard firsthand experiences of that, and we've lost out on some of that, like, the firsthand knowledge or like experience from that. And then like we haven't really passed that on to the younger generations because they're hearing everything, secondhand, third hand through whatever internet, music, TV, whatever. And it's kind of like you said, like the internet has made the world smaller, but it's also kind of pushed us apart a little bit as well.
Absolutely.
So,
and there's a lot of questions like, I know like my children, for instance, like my family and my children, they ask a lot of questions. And even though they have Siri or what's her name, Alexa right there, and they can ask her, they ask mommy and daddy. Because they're like, yo, this is what I heard today. What's this mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that is, first of all, that's just not, I'm aware that that's not accessible to every child to have somebody that is guiding them and to ask the questions and to help them make sense of the world. And so then you go on the internet because you can get answers on the internet, and you're getting it from a perspective that is salacious most of the time, uninformed. In my studies, right? Like I used to be like, why are they making such a big deal about peer review? Right? It's because there had to be a certain level of credibility and scholarship before you can accept somebody's words as meaningful or truthful. Yeah. Well, the internet has done away with all of that.
Yeah, it takes everything else.
And it's like you just put one part of something without real context, or with a slanted context. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they think that's their reality, and it's to the point now where like kids can't talk unless it's online.
Nah, man. Like, look, you go anywhere nowadays, right, with a group of young people. And like, I don't go to the mall like that anymore, but like before COVID, like you would go to the mall and see people eating at like the food court. Yeah. And like it'd be a group of like, teenagers, and every last one of them was on their phone, not even talking to each other. Like they'd be texting, and like one person would hold up the phone and show it to somebody else. They would both crack up laughing and then go right back to it. And not like cracking jokes or like talking like we're talking now, it's all done through technology, and you lose out on like those interpersonal skills, and you lose out on like being able to communicate with people in a way where, you know, it's like, you know, me on you, it's just a one-on-one conversation. Like we can do that. A lot of people feel like uncomfortable because of the way technology.
Yeah, and I think that's the value of this platform, right? And all platforms like it, like with podcasts, like that's why they have gained so much
traction of favor.
Yeah, thank you. Because you're seeing something that's like, oh, people
actually
just talk to each other, or they have like insightful conversations. Like I'm sure a lot of young people will be like, you know, shout out to my goddaughter, Moogie. She like listening. And I'm like, all right, Moog, I don't really want you listening to this.
Listen to this.
However,
listen to this episode.
However, right? It's like, it's good that you're as a 13, well, she probably 14 now.
14.
13, you know, at the time, like she's 13 years old, listening to dialogue.
Yeah.
Because how much are you exposed to dialogue?
Just dialogue, direct dialogue, right?
You know what I mean? That's not TV or a movie, but it's like real people having real conversations about real issues.
And people that you know, people you can look at. You walk in the room, oh, boom, boom, okay.
And it's like, it's something that's actually like, that's going away a lot of. So I was really thinking about this because I was listening to the Pivot they were on the Breakfast Club. How ironic is that too? Like,
over that.
But the Pivot was on the Breakfast Club.
I like the Pivot. I fuck with the Pivot. It's Fred Taylor.
And they were talking, and I'm just like, damn, this is really a big deal. Like Breakfast Club has another podcast on basically their show. Yeah. And it's like, why is it so big? I was just asking myself. I'm watching the Breakfast Club, who was like basically the shit. The
other one.
The Pivot, athletes who became podcasters. I'm listening to them have a conversation while I'm driving to go do a podcast. Why are podcasts so popular? It's because of what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
People have lost the idea of what it means to have discourse.
Period.
100%.
I got into it. I don't want to say her name, but I'll be, and we got on the phone, and she was like, you don't know how to talk to women. And I was like, what? I said, I absolutely do know how to talk to women. Right. The odd part is that I have to talk to you through your DM. You finally threw me your math. I got your ass now. I'm gonna hit you with this charm, and you're gonna fall for this shit. You're gonna get this. Right. But for her to say it, she was like, I don't think I'm like, I'm an older dude, sweetheart. I had to have a joke, had to have a thorough pen. My lay had to be on point, and that was it. These kids nowadays literally just shoot the shot in the DM. If it hold up, flick me up real quick for the gram, send that pic to shorty, jump in and see what it is. I get a couple likes. Right. That's what it is. That's how you talk to a chick now. That's how you do it.
Man, the stuff I hear in the call is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. Your game is suspect.
Ass.
At best.
Tell you, man, the internet done fucked everything up, man.
At best.
I still think, but see, goes back to the point where it's talking about our elders. I forgot what the saying was, but it said every time an elder passes, there's a chapter or a book that's never going to get read again. That book is buried, and you can dig it up, but you'll never be able to take what that had.
Bro,
I think that's what's up.
No, I'm just saying, like to put it in context for like a personal thing, like just learning about my family history, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like all my elders, like my pop's no longer around. He was the one that kept like the book of the family. Like he was the one that would like do the research. Yeah. And like now that he's not around, bro, like there's a lot of shit that I want to find out about like my older relatives or whatnot that I can't now because I don't have that resource.
Look, fuck, you know it's a lot of shit I want to ask your father straight
right.
up.
Exactly,
I'll be in the crib. And I'm, you know what I mean? I'm with them, and I'm like, I need to ask this nigga a couple questions.
Right, bro.
And like, I need that insight, and I know that he has it, but it's like he's not here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thank God that I still have my father. You know what I mean? But it's heavy, and so one of the things that I talked to Kirsten a lot about is like getting the kids back to Kenneth and hearing about who he was and what your family means and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's like because. It gets lost.
Yeah.
Like Kingsley, what does Kingsley know about Rusty Jones or Kenneth Square?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not that far removed either. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So,
the cookouts.
Yeah,
right.
Man.
For me, it's just I'm sorry. I always think cookouts. Those fucking
all
cookouts.
That man.
Cookouts, the Underground Railroad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff that he did. The athlete that he was. You know what I mean? The intellectual that he was. You know what I mean? And that's one man's impact on everybody in this room, with the exception of Taylor, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that isn't, and that's because obviously we're enlightened individuals that value that. But to the point you were making, about the youth, is that if they don't see the meaning of having that conversation, and a lot of it is lost with older people too, with not having the flexibility to say,
or the patience,
right? To say like, and I mean, look, the biggest role that I have at school as a diversity coordinator, or whatever, is you don't even care to understand what the most important person in this school is going through. You just want them to see it your way. There's no one more important in the school than a student.
Period.
There's no point for a school. There's no point for your salary.
Yeah, if you don't,
you know what I'm saying? The building is like, what are we here for? We just here talking about shit. That's the most important person. So you're getting mad at them because they don't see things your way. They're the prize. They're the ones who's getting you paid.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same thing with the older guy who called the ticket on you. Was like, he's gotten to the point where he's fed up.
Yeah, and he thought I was a certain way.
And then he talks, and he's like, okay, he found value, in the conversation. And it's like, you're a kid to him.
I am,
but you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not the kid that he thinks you are, because you were raised a certain way, you have a certain mindset, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And so, it's deep, man. You got to connect, and like the internet feigns connection.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that, man.
Internet feigns connection.
And I got kids.
Title? I like that.
That's the title. I like that.
I got kids that will be best friends and barely talk. You know what I mean? Everything is
that shit crazy. That's crazy, bro.
You know what I mean? It's deep, man. It's a deep culture.
The shit. I'm sorry, getting all. You know me. I'm Captain Emotion and shit. I remember the time. Remember that game? We went to the Nationals game. Yeah, all three of us, and he took us through. And I remember your pop just dropping all this fucking knowledge in that truck. And I'm like, oh shit, what? Yeah. And I would ask questions because it's like, yo, I've never heard your father talk like that. And it was just, that shit was refreshing. It was dope. That's still one of like the better trips I've taken.
Yeah.
Because it was an assortment of age, experiences, everything else, all to go see the Phillies take an L to the fucking Nationals.
But the thing is, it was all about the dialogue that we all had together in that experience. Like, we was just like chopping it up, man. And it was like super easy conversation. It wasn't like anything was like crazy or contentious, and like, but having that resource that could drop knowledge on you like that,
right?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen,
it's beautiful, man.
My pop, born in 1947. You know what I'm saying? Like, has a different perspective of life, as I'm sure your father does. You know what I'm saying? And I spent a large part of my youth taking issue with that. This is how I'm putting it nicely.
I got you.
But the older I get, the more I understand why he's. You know what I mean? Why he's here. And I talk to him and I give him his credit. You know what I mean? He told a story. I'll make this brief. Him and his frat brothers were out in Delaware, and they basically vandalized the hotel. Like they
were young.
They stole all the furniture out there because they ain't had no money, and they wanted to go had the stuff in their dorms, in their apartments. State troopers pulled them over, locked them up. All right. Black men, 1960s.
Out where? Cheney? Lincoln?
Yeah, out Delaware.
Yeah.
Like in
Jesus
Delaware.
Christ.
They drove out Delaware to party in these like motels, whatever.
Yeah.
Locked them up, threw them in the county jail, them jails, like you could disappear.
Country
I'm about to say, What's your name?
He ain't here. You could disappear, right?
He ain't here.
Right. Exactly.
It was like 20 of them. My father was one of the only people that was able to get bailed out right away because his father was an electrician and always was there for him and took care of him. And my pop was telling me this story the other day, and he was like, when I'm leaving, all my homies like, Bruce, go raise some money for us. Go back to the school, raise some money for us. Come back and get us. Just like, yeah, cool. He hopped in the car. His dad bought him. Going back to the college that he got himself into, but his dad, supported and got the money and all that. Went back and got him. He said, I'm 75 years old, son. I never really thanked him for having that level of security. That like those guys,
especially back in the day,
were in danger.
Yeah, literally.
And I knew my pop had me, right? And then I'm like, yeah. And guess what? Thank you.
Good looking.
I'm telling you right now, while you're breathing, thank you,
Bruce. Good looking.
For even though you weren't physically always there, we always knew as a family that we had that security blanket that you would never let us fall.
That hand. That
you know what I mean? And it's like that. I think gives me the perspective, gives Chris a perspective, gives uterus perspective to be able to say it's value in the elder.
Yep.
Because you come from someone who has done right by you.
Facts.
Yeah. Whether they wanted to or not, it's like, I'm going to do it.
Now, the flip side of that is if you don't have someone in the elder doing right by you, then you're like, fuck OG. The OG right here who gave me the pat.
Yeah.
Who gave me the hammer to protect myself.
That he looked.
Who got me my first piece of pussy.
Yeah.
Who blah, 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 blah. The things that,
that's what
you value. You know what I mean? It's like, that's my old head. And maybe not even realize, like, no, old head surviving and he's using you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Crashed on it.
You know what I mean? And so it's not necessarily about our culture and not respecting. There's just years and years of trauma that we're overcoming that has torn us apart, man. And like back to that book, it speaks to that. You know what I mean? And it's like you really just you got to be patient with youth in general, especially in our culture, because there's a lot of disconnects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love you. I'm. This is who I am.
You
bro.
good? No, this is good shit. This is this shit. This is the shit I be talking about. All right, listeners. So check it out. I be giving my brother some shit here because whenever he comes, it's always like butt tight and just super serious conversation.
It's not true.
I said no, us. I be
yeah.
we be butt tight because it's like, yeah, no, I want to do some slapstick stupid shit. He's like, no, we are going to structure this. We're going to talk this.
I gotta
way.
balance it out,
We're
man. You know what I mean?
You fuck that.
The listeners they need some balance, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah, man. We can't talk about poop jars all the time, bro.
Fuck that. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All it is poop jokes.
Glizzy's
Right.
Taylor coming at me for this shit. That's all it fucking is.
Oh my God. Feeding the animals.
But this is ultimately this is kind of the conversation I want to have more of with more people. Like Chris, when we were having our conversation with Vince and JB and the people that we're trying to do some business with, what are we and what are we doing? This is it right here. Like, I get it. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm pretentious. I have all this stuff. But if you want to talk some real deal Holyfield, you can do that. You want to talk real deal Holyfield with bass, he's going to give it to you. You see the man right here. This is what the fuck he does 24/7. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm.
You're also about to poop, apparently.
No.
Yo,
you get emotional, man. Come on,
yeah,
man.
he is. Yo, that's big, bro. That's big.
Ryan, man. Come on, man. I'm not hugging you.
Come on, man. Give him some love, bro.
No,
Give him some love.
I'll tickle your fancy.
You had said it best as far as like having your resources, and I am beyond happy and grateful to have y'all too.
Yo, facts, man. That's like, look, I didn't have a brother growing up, and thank God that I have one now, bro. Like, I appreciate everything that you do for not only your family, which is my family as well, but for me personally. So shout out to B Ryan. Look at this nigga.
We not about to get all sentimental in here, man.
Yeah, bro. That's how we do, man. Like, we can talk about poop jokes, but we get real.
Take care of each other, man. That's all. That's all it is.
Get real.
Take care of each other.
This is what the fuck this is about. And this is what the fuck we doing. Period.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You put us in front of the people, we gonna talk our talk. We gonna walk our walk. And this shit gonna get figured the fuck out. We gonna knock all this shit down, man. We are.
Yeah, bro.
Great fucking talk, great conversation. We had some topics, but this just resonated. This one hit the soul. This is a necessary conversation for what's going on right now around the world, especially in Philadelphia. This was a necessary one. If you want to put some things in context about being small and flick small in the world, small in the universe, if you get some time, Google the Sandung Caves.
Yes.
That'll put a lot of things in perspective for you about some shit. But we didn't get there. Maybe we can talk about that next week. But
we'll talk about it next week, man.
All right. I like this one, man. I really, really like this fucking John. We didn't even get a chance to lock in or do nothing. We just jumped right into
it's all good, man.
Hey, man. That's sometimes it bees like that.
That's fucking crazy.
You know, you go on a date, you have plans, and then sometimes it's trying to pull on their pants.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man. Here we go. See, we all bring that. Here we go.
Look, and you said this nigga ain't serious, man.
That's what I just said. You see,
you know what I'm saying? So he can bring it.
There it is.
Brings it.
Shit. This is the time. It's episode 50, man. Time to wrap this up because we're getting close to that threshold we're trying to get better at 109. Yo, this one felt longer than last week. Last week
it sure did,
and that shit was an hour.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Yo, I'm saying it depends on the topic, man. You know how it goes.
You got a tip of the day? Anybody have a tip of the day?
I do.
What you got?
So, not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path.
Okay. Shit.
Heavy.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Nice.
You got anything, Big? Me to go? You?
I don't.
I don't. I dropped enough jewels, mouth breathers.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Take it for what it is, bitches. My tip of the day is going to be: you have to do what's best for you, even if it upsets other people. Even if it upsets other people, you got to do what you got to do what's best for you, man.
100%. 100%.
Hey, I want to thank y'all for having me, man. Always a pleasure. Always have a great time here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
thanks for coming through again, man.
Love to support y'all, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Good brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
As y'all know, consistency, or my mantra, what I always say, consistency is key and keys open doors. I go by the name of Clifford Sykes, aka the Uptown Supervillain, aka your cousin Cliff talking shit. I'm tapping out.
This your boy Chris Jones, aka Lord Kronos, aka Old Head Swag, Hide Dead Moms, aka Bass in Your Face, and I am tapping out.
This is Brent Ryan, aka Hank McCoy, aka Stott Lomax, otherwise known as the Dapper Rapper.
The body snatcher.
Tapping out.
Questions, feedback, anything you want, hit us up. Driving in the right lane at gmail.com. IG page is Driving in the Right Lane. Clifford Sykes, it was Cliffy Baby 215.
Bass Jones 478.
Hey, look, Brennan Rane. You know what I mean? I don't really want you on my IG. It's personal.
Oh, shit.
But I do want you, listen, I do, if y'all in the Montgomery County area, to come to Cheltenham High School between the time of 12 to 5 to celebrate our Juneteenth event at Cheltenham High School. All right. That's on June 19th. It's Father's Day this year. 12 to 5. Come out and support us. It's going to be a beautiful thing. A lot going on.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Rusty, rest in peace, man. Thank you for dropping the jewels and giving everybody a piece of some shit from back in the day we all needed. Rest in peace, Mr. Rusty.